We've had a great series about boundaries. And the last piece we want to talk about boundaries and work. How do we define our responsibilities at work and how we define our responsibilities beyond work? And I've got my friend York Craig here with me today. York, you served in the practice of law for a long time. Tell us a little bit about your work and your practice.
I'd be glad to. As I have told you previously, this summer I'm to receive my 50-year pin for the practice of law for 50 years. I don't know where it went. It went fast. Many occasions it was very, very difficult. The profession has changed a great deal since I got out of Ole Miss in December of 1973. Helen and I moved to Jackson for me to practice, and we had little York with us. And I remember when I was in law school, when you asked me to come and share this with you about the boundaries between the practice and your family and other things. I remember I came home in the afternoon to our little apartment in Oxford, and there, standing at the storm door, was little York. He had just learned to stand up. And I said, "Baby, how did he get here?" She said, "He's been standing there since he got up from his nap waiting for you." I never forgot that.
I know the practice of law kept you busy and often probably kept you away from your family, but how did you manage to find the rhythm of work and family and friends and faith?
Again, it probably goes back to Helen's guidance for me. She told me when we bought our first house, and she said, "Baby, I know you won't be able to be home for supper all the time, but please make it important on your list to try to be here when we feed York and the rest of our children." And I did that.
So you were sure, y'all picked a moment that was clearly defined.
Absolutely.
That would be, we're going to commit to this. As you think about other things you've learned across your life, and you have a great family, grandkids,
Thank you.
What advice would you give to somebody maybe starting out in a career, finding it to be busy as they start a family? What encouragement would you give to them as they kind of begin to set the patterns for their work?
Let me begin by saying I think it's more difficult to do that in our culture today. I think it's a lot more difficult than it was when I started in 1974 and joined Christ United in '74. But again, Helen heard that there was a little seminar at our church on Saturday that was being given by the pastor at Riverwood Bible Church. And it was entitled 5 Biblical Priorities for Living Your Life. And I'll never forget it. I've shared it with as many people as I could. The first priority is God our Father, and because I'm a Christian, His Son Jesus. Matthew, the 6th chapter. Seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. And that's in the middle. In my Bible it says the cure for anxiety. And all lawyers have anxiety, and I did. And the second priority was your marriage partner. The third is your children. Fourth is your church. And dead last is your job.
Wow.
And when I share that with somebody, they say, "Well, I'll starve to death that way." I said, "Remember what your first priority was." And I've never forgotten it.
The one who won't let us.
Won't let us fail.
Won't let us fail. And you gave that to me, and
I
I'm thankful
did.
for it. You've held on to it for all these decades, so thank you for that. And thank you for your witness today. I'm so thankful for the ways that you've loved your career and how you've loved and raised your family. Thank you, York, for your time today.
Thank you, Eddie, and thank you for the marvelous job you're doing for us at the church. I appreciate it.